Welcome to Infield Fly, our podcast about everything baseball. Another episode about the World Baseball Classic. What a tournament it was. Episode 6, our best episode yet. Here's the host, Tommy Hodgkins.
Thank you, Jonah. Always happy to be joined by you, my co-host. We had a packed week of baseball. We had the knockout stages. We pretty much had meaningful high stakes baseball for every day for almost a week. So yeah, we had a lot of stuff to talk about today. Yeah, just overall great tournament. What were your general thoughts on this tournament?
Well, look, everybody loves an upset. Well, maybe not everybody in all cases, definitely not everyone in UMBC case, but um, Venezuela was a surprise. I think, as much as people felt, like this was the team of destiny, the dream US team. I think it's cool when he had, this wasn't expected. Even if it wasn't the US, it was supposed to be the Dominican Republic or Japan. And not only did they do it, but they didn't really get lucky. They deserved it. They played better than Japan. They played better than Italy. They played better than the US. And to give you some credit, Tommy, you were saying at the beginning, I don't like to admit that other people were right, but especially you. But in this case, you did say at the beginning that Venezuela was one of the teams to watch and that they had a chance to win it. And not most people weren't saying that. So you're right.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what's happening right now. You're saying that I'm right about something. This is
I know.
crazy.
So
But
that's
yeah, I know. I mean, and yeah, we kind of saw it. What I was talking about in the tournament. That just that lineup just at there's not really a weak spot in the lineup, and pretty much all of them are major league talent. They can hit for sure, and that was kind of what brought them over the edge. I think we both kind of agreed that offense was going to be the most important thing for every team in this tournament, and Venezuela's offense really came through, even in there are lower scoring games in the semis, finals. But in late in the game, the Venezuelan offense came through.
yeah. And then I think one of the fact that Venezuela's offense was great, I don't think was a huge surprise. But the fact that their pitching stood up all tournament. I mean, it's a huge disadvantage, Tommy, to not have an off day in that situation against a team that has an off day. And their pitching held up. And look, I don't think we expected Eduardo Rodriguez to pitch better than Nolan McLean, but he did.
Yeah, I know. Eduardo Rodriguez, he four and a third of scoreless ball. And then even that bullpen, they gave up that home run to Harper. But they gave up 0 runs in the semis. They that bullpen really was another big reason why they were able to pull it out. And yeah, the Eduardo Rodriguez factor was definitely not expected. It was a really cool thing to see. Just hit him, just 5 ERA over the last 2 seasons in the MLB, I think. Just him putting down this lineup of superstars. It was pretty awesome.
It was. And it was just a great game. I mean, Team USA won, obviously, it would have been a great game as well. But just, to have it really felt like it was such a great tournament and it was building up to it was worthy of a final, I thought.
Agreed. Yeah, and uh, I'm curious. How do you think the finals compares to the 2023 finals? Obviously, a very iconic game in baseball.
Well, the 2023 finals, I remember one thing. I think it's probably the thing most people remember and won't forget anytime soon was Otani striking out Trout for the last out. It's not quite the same feeling with Palencia striking out Roman Anthony, although it was pretty dramatic. I
Hmm.
would say like similar. I mean, on the other hand, Japan over the USA wasn't necessarily a huge upset. This, I think the upset factor, and the fact that the game winning run was at the ninth inning.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it was just a fantastic game.
Yeah, I mean, it had everything you wanted. Unlikely heroes, late inning heroics, just all the passion, and electricity on both sides of the diamond in both dugouts. Yeah, it really was everything you really could have hoped for in the WBC finals.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was just, it felt like there's so many great games, so many great moments in the tournament. And, sometimes you get a game seven or a final that's a letdown, or at least that's just not as dramatic as the rest of the tournament. That wasn't the case here. And I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you had any other thoughts on the finals or any other knockout games. It
Well, I
was.
think there's a few things we'll get to. I've got my award segment, Tommy. We both do, but I have mine, which is quite comprehensive.
Mhm.
And I think we'll get to some of that in that segment as well.
All right. Yeah, I mean, uh me too. I have some awards to give out. I don't think as many as you, but should we get into it already?
We actually let's go over the knockout stage a little bit more, and we can go back
Sure.
over it. And just right because we haven't done. I mean, it was went by so fast. The whole
Oh
almost
yeah,
all the
exactly.
tournament happened since our last episode.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, if we want to go back to we can just go backwards. We can
yeah,
start with the semis. We had that first off, that first semifinal, United States versus Dominican Republic. The DR, who was both of our picks to win the entire tournament before the tournament started. You would we you going into it probably expected it to be an absolute slugfest shootout. Um, Ended up being a 2-1 victory for the United States. It would another great game, very close game, due to it being so low scoring. But yeah, another great game. That was a Paul Skeens start versus Luis Severino. Skeens pretty much looked like himself, gave up one run in four plus, four and a third. But yeah, did you have any thoughts on that or the other semi?
yeah, and that was a spectacular game as well, a Dominican USA game. And the thing, I guess one of the big differences between that game and the final was that the team that lost, the Dominican Republic, had chance after chance after chance with runners in scoring position. The US didn't in the final last night, but they had I mean, the throw from Judge to throw out to Tatis at third base was a incredible moment. Julio Rodriguez, a
Oh
thing.
yeah,
If other things shake out differently, that's the moment of the tournament. I
for
mean,
sure.
unbelievable play. Like the Adam Jones catch. I don't think Adam Jones' catch was any better than what Rodriguez did. It's just the tournament shook out differently, and now we remember that 9 years later. But what a catch. And that was
Yeah.
just one of many memorable, incredible moments from that game. Another game that just lived up to the impossible billing.
hmm Yeah, and I think another big takeaway I had from that was Roman Anthony's go ahead and eventually game winning home run. I think that just um I think that kind of I mean I'm pretty high on Roman Anthony. I think that this whole tournament he played well, and it kind of signaled to me that this is kind of the arrival of a future superstar, hopefully. And yeah, so it was really fun to see Anthony have that go ahead home run and him just hit well all tournament.
I mean, the big home run against Mexico, without which the U.S. might have not made it out of that stage. Yeah, Roman
Right.
Anthony, Gunnar Henderson, it wasn't the old heads that we've talked about for 10 years. It was two of the youngest players that are going to be probably on Team USA the next three World Baseball Classics. Up and coming stars that don't play for the Dodgers. I think that we can all get on board with that.
hmm and the other semifinal we had was just another great semifinal
Yeah.
game. Uh, Italy Italy started out with the lead. They eventually were up 2-1 going into the seventh inning. That's when Venezuela was able to put 3 runs on the board in that inning, and uh, just the electricity in that stadium in Lone Depot Park during that inning
What a
and
name
Team
for a ballpark.
Venezuela and the crowd just going absolutely nuts. I thought it was just one of maybe my favorite game to watch. So yeah, that I thought that was another great semi.
Yeah, it was that was another spectacular game. We were past the point of being surprised that Italy had the lead late in the game. Even as the underdog, I don't think anybody was shocked, and I don't think anybody thought that Italy couldn't go and win the game. But then
Right.
it was four singles in a row. I mean the infield hit by Acuna, where was it Antonacci who had was
Mhm.
trying to throw him out from his knees on the outfield grass,
Yeah.
and he would have if it was somebody else running.
Right.
And
Mm.
then, of course, Michael Garcia, who got the MVP of the tournament with a big hit. Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, that was just this between those three games, it's hard to pick which was the best game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's kind of teasing one of my 3 awards we had here. I guess we could go into it now if you
Yeah, I mean,
want.
the quarterfinals were what? I'll do it quickly, Tommy.
Yeah.
It's disappointing for Korea. I mean, it's not the only team that Dominican blew out, but it's disappointing that from their perspective, Japan, I guess they got unlucky to run into Venezuela in the
Right.
quarterfinal. It's not like they played terribly in that game, but Venezuela got the big hit, Michael Garcia. And Japan's won 3 out of 5 for a reason, but.
Mhm.
That was, I mean, that was one of the also one of the best games of the tournament.
Right.
USA Canada was a more competitive game than it could have been. Canada had actually for the moments where Canada should have tied the game. And I'm missing one.
Puerto Rico, Italy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't watch much of that game. I think Puerto Rico tried to come back, but they couldn't.
Yeah, that ended
That
up
was during
being
St. Patrick's Day, Tommy.
yeah, right. That was a um it was 8-2 Italy, yeah, and then
Yeah.
Puerto Rico put up 4 in the eighth to bring within 2, but couldn't finish off that comeback.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I'm talking
Italy,
about Puerto Rico. I was kind of pulling for Team Puerto Rico, but they were also kind of doomed from the before the tournament, unfortunately.
right. That's another thing you brought up. These knockout games happening during St. Patrick's Day, and
Yeah, we
especially
could
both.
we could do without that next World Baseball Classic.
Yeah,
Don't you
right.
think?
Yeah, especially both of us were in Chicago for St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Day weekend, so we had a packed weekend. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on and a lot of good baseball to
Yeah.
watch.
As good as the Japan Venezuela game is, getting home after St. Patrick's Day, I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling to stay awake.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, what a tournament. I mean, looking forward to the next one.
I mean, just like thinking about just the energy in the stadium and just like friends who don't normally watch baseball texting me about the finals being like this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just great. It's great for the sport. Gets a lot of eyes on the sport all over the world. And so yeah, I mean I'm so excited for the next one. And yeah, I'm already looking forward to it.
I think Joe Davis said at one point that a quarter of Italy was watching the quarterfinal game. There's no way that's true.
I
But
I struggle to believe that.
but, but still, I guess the idea that like somebody in Italy was watching the game is pretty cool.
Yeah, right. Watching their American or Italian American
Right.
uh distant relatives play.
Yeah. But yeah, all right, time to get into the awards, Tommy. Let's see how many I got. One, two, like about 20 or so. So why don't you we can go back and
Yep.
forth until you run out.
Sure. I'll start with my first of three. I'll start with I kind of teased it earlier, most electric game. I think this is a
Okay,
great
that's a good award.
yeah, thanks. I mean, yeah, especially with what we talked about. so many so many amazing games throughout the entire tournament. Um, but I'm gonna have to go with the Venezuela Italy semifinal. And I talked about that seventh inning that Venezuela had and the energy that was just throughout the entire stadium. I just remember like seeing like Michael Lorenzen like check the runner at second instead of pitching the ball, and it cuts to like the half of the Venezuela dugout like on the field, like going crazy. And I'm like, this is just awesome. They're cheering for everything. They're like basically like on the field, like cheering for their team. So that's my choice for most electric game.
Yeah, I don't disagree. If I had to, yeah, I wouldn't disagree. I mean, the fact that it was, there's nothing wrong with home runs, but the fact that it was a rally, the way that that whole half inning unfolded was pretty spectacular against some Michael Lorenzen who had been untouchable until that point in
Right.
the tournament.
Who would have
Um,
thought, but by the way, who would have thought Aaron Nola and Michael Lorenzen were could have
yeah,
almost brought a team to the finals?
yeah, and Eduardo Rodriguez is just as
That's
unlikely.
true. That's true.
All right, so it turns out I accidentally named all of my 20 or so awards after Taylor Swift songs.
Oh wow.
Um,
Accidental.
yeah,
Accidentally.
so the MVP award, my MVP award, which is also called the Superstar Award, um, they gave it to Michael Garcia. I'm gonna give it to Eduardo Rodriguez. We talked about him. We talked about the Dream Team USA lineup. It's true they didn't live up to it at all throughout the tournament, but I thought that there was a chance, genuinely, as good as Venezuela was, I thought there was a chance that the USA would go in there against Eduardo Rodriguez and score 8 runs in the first few innings. And it was the opposite. And I think that if you would go out there again with any pitcher against that lineup for 4 1/3 innings, it would be unusual that it would be a shutout, and he needed to be. So Eduardo Rodriguez is the superstar award.
Nice. Yeah, I can't argue with that, especially him being a lot more of an unexpected performance than Garcia. Which kind of leads me into my next award, most surprising player.
Okay.
Uh so I'm gonna go with Luis Ariz here. We talked about him in the previous episode, but he just continued to play well. He signed this offseason. He signed a 1 year, $12 million contract with the San Francisco Giants. That's just not like star player contract. But he comes to this tournament. He goes 8 for 26, six of them extra base hits. So like the 8 for 26 is not surprising for Arias, but six extra base hits certainly is. 10 RBIs, which was more than anyone besides Garcia in the entire tournament. And then obviously, also not surprising, more walks than hits, but still just every time an impressive stat. Especially in a small sample size. So I'm going with Luis Ariz, most surprising player with that kind of power that he showed for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean his walk in the ninth inning, that was a winning run
Yeah, exactly.
in the championship game. Yeah, I was gonna give him the Mr. Perfectly Fine award. But I guess he'll make do with that. My comeback player award, which is also called the I Forgot That You Existed award, goes to a personal fan favorite around these parts, Ruben Tejada.
Of course, yeah.
35-year-old Ruben Tejada hadn't been in the major leagues and I don't even know how long. Mets legend. He wasn't even in Panama's lineup. He comes in pinch hits against Canada and he's got the game-winning hit in that game in pool play where Panama wind up winning the game. I mean, that was one of those great moments. It's just only in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, yeah, we've talked a lot about the unks of the tournament. Good stuff there for sure. So I have one more award. You're gonna like this one.
Oh,
You might even have something similar to this,
okay.
but
Right.
most typical performance.
Oh, let me guess. Can I guess?
Of course, guess.
Aaron Judge.
It's Aaron Judge in the finals.
Okay.
He didn't have a bad tournament, I didn't think. But in that finals game, he was just absolutely awful. He over 4 with 3 Ks, I believe. And we saw the last game of the 2024 World Series, just choking that game away.
Yeah, you want
And
to
so,
recap it in case anybody missed it?
I mean, I'm sure
Yeah,
we all remember that play he made in center field.
didn't make.
So
Play didn't make, but yeah.
yeah, play he didn't make. Uh, so yeah, Aaron Judge in a finals game, pretty typical. We'll see if he ever gets over the hump, but for now, I'll still call him the low leverage merchant.
Low leverage merchant. I agree. I mean, there's no evidence to the contrary. I was going to give him the down bad award, so
There
you've
you
kind
go.
of beat
Yeah,
a couple of mine. All right. All
I knew
right.
I knew
So
you had one. I knew
yeah.
you
All
had
right.
one.
So I'll take over. I've got about 15. We don't have to discuss all of them, but
Okay.
you might have thoughts on a few of them. So the Foolish One award. By the way, I'm reserving the
Oh,
right to recycle this concept,
of
um,
course.
Taylor Swift awards for
Uh-huh.
later use.
And
Uh,
I can guess who won the Foolish One award.
okay, who won the Foolish One award?
It's Mr. Mark DeRosa, is it not?
This is Mark Turos.
You can expand on this. I know you have a lot of
Um,
thoughts on this.
well, I mean, not really. You just didn't know the rules. And like, I feel like if you're the manager, you're kind of like most of the job is to, it's like a prerequisite for being the manager is like you got to know the rules. Not only did he not know the rules, but he literally almost could have made like single hand, like the manager isn't that important, in the scheme of things compared to players. I mean, it's still important, man. Like, I don't mean to degrade managers, but for a manager to like take a team out of the tournament is unheard of, and he almost did.
Yeah,
But
there's
yeah,
like you think about like how big of an impact can a manager really have?
yeah,
And he almost had the biggest impact, negative impact.
right. Like, a manager's not going to win you a game, but the
Right.
reason major league managers are who they are is because they're good enough to not lose the game. But Mark DeRosa, I mean. It's not a Taylor Swift song, so I couldn't do it, but I was gonna give him the Dan Orlovsky Award because
Oh
he's
yeah.
on TV, and now when you see him on TV, you're only gonna be able to think about one thing that he did.
Yeah, true.
So,
Uh, yeah, and there's some decisions in that finals game that I disagreed with too, but yeah, nothing as close to being so egregiously bad as that pool play miscue.
yeah, I mean, it's as bad a mistake. It's like, it was unbelievable. Anyway, but well deserving of the Foolish One Award.
For sure, for sure.
The Timeless Award, can you guess who this goes to?
Timeless. I no, I don't have a guess
Goes
here.
to Alexi Ramirez.
Oh, there we go. Alexi Ramirez.
Played in every World Baseball Classic.
That's impressive. That is impressive.
Yeah, I think everyone. Maybe he missed, but he played in 2006 and he played in this one. I think he played in every one, but pretty
Yeah.
timeless.
He has some of the records for like most hits in world or WBC history, and home runs. Some of those. I'm not sure the exact ones, but
I
yeah.
felt bad for him watching Edwin Diaz pitch against him with the game on the line in full play. We didn't really have much of a chance,
Yeah,
but
right.
definitely the timeless award. Um, I'll skip ahead. Speaking of Edwin Diaz, the Untouchable Award goes to Edwin Diaz. I think, it was amazing that he was able to get back and play in the tournament. Unfortunately, Puerto Rico's team was screwed over and didn't have a chance. But still, there were a few times we were able to watch Edwin Diaz, and I mean, he's as good as ever. And I'm sad that I won't be able to root for him anymore now that he's on the Dodgers. So it was fun to see him, and root for him one last time.
Yeah.
Um, the Style Award goes to Team Dominican Republic.
I
I
like
think that
that.
was pretty straightforward. The home run
Yeah.
jacket, I mean,
Hmm.
that's quite a bit of style in my opinion. The Snow on the Beach Award, Tommy. This is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Snow on the Beach, weird, but I guess a family show, but weird but
Weird but
beautiful.
beautiful, yeah.
Team Italy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I love that. They
Yeah.
were that's great. They were like
I
snow on
mean,
the
yeah.
beach, I will say.
Yeah.
Who would have
Um,
thought?
yeah. We're of course we have to go to the broadcast booth for a couple of awards. So the Call It What You Want award goes to Joe Davis. He's incredible, I think.
Yeah,
I pay more attention maybe to the announce than most people, but he's just the way he describes plays and stuff is unbelievable. You
I
know,
really liked his call of the Harper home run. He said, "Better late than never," is what he
yes,
said.
he's just on it like he's gonna call the World Series for the next 30 years.
Yeah, and
Uh,
already so many iconic calls
yeah,
throughout that career.
yeah. The on the other hand, the other side of the coin is the Dear John Award, and I mean it as like a Dear John, like a sigh of exasperation goes to John Smoltz for being
Smoltzy.
consistently below. It's a controversial opinion apparently, but for being a consistently below average color commentator, it's calls all the most important games.
Yeah,
So
I can't say I'm as low as you are on him, but yeah.
there's just more insightful commentators out there, and also for being the voice of Fox Nation's Bible show
Right?
award. I'm not sure if you caught that.
Too many ads for that show.
Well, John Smoltz was right in the middle for it. Oh man,
Yeah.
he's definitely deserving of the Dear John Award. Can you guess who won the Bad Blood Award? Two people.
That uh no, who won that?
Really, you're not Cal Raleigh and Randy Rosarena.
Oh yeah. Of course.
I'm like, I mean, I don't know what Randy like it was really over the top, and I hope he wasn't serious. But we've talked about this last week. Like, you can't shake the guy's hand.
Yeah, right. It's yeah, it's just it's such a basic like it's such a baseline thing to like refuse to do in a competitive spirit. Um like you can still shake someone's hand and just be competitive, keep that competitive edge.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was in Little League, and like, I don't know if I knew the catcher, I would say hi. Like, I thought that that was just like how it worked, but
Yeah,
so did
right.
Randy. Um, all right, the Don't Blame Me award goes to all of the pitchers for Team USA.
That's yeah.
They did their job pretty much.
Hmm.
They
Even
allowed
you'd say what about Nolan McLean in the Team Italy game?
Well, I mean that it turned out that first of all, if it wasn't for Mark DeRosa, they would have won that game anyway. And, and second of all, he pitched well in the final.
That's
He
true. He
pitched
did.
well
Two
enough
runs. Yeah.
against an outstanding lineup. It got overshadowed, it got
Right.
overshadowed, but on another day, that would have been he would have contributed to a win.
Hmm.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah,
I totally agree that no, those pitchers don't deserve
like I
any
feel bad
blame.
for Garrett Whitlock. Like he walked the
Yeah.
guy, and like
Especially when that offense, it's one thing for that offense to not win the game. It's another thing for that offense to be like the most hyped up offense of all time and then just
yeah.
get mowed down by Eduardo Rodriguez for 5 innings.
Yeah, on the opposite side of the coin, we have the Lucky One award. Goes to Andres Machado, the
Oh,
winning
there you
pitcher from last night.
go.
Gave up the two-run home run to Bryce Harper and wound up being the winning pitcher. Former national, if I'm not mistaken, Andres
Andres Machado,
Machado.
yeah, yeah, you're
Okay.
right.
Um, let's see, we're almost toward the end. Oh, the Bolter Award goes to Javier Sanoja,
Oh
the
yeah.
other late game pinch runner.
Hmm.
The late
Was it? He
Terran
wasn't.
score, obviously the best one, but Javier Sanoja, he did it as well as anyone. Played the part. I love that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, let's see. Oh, the This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things award. It goes to Corey Blazer, the umpire for the USA Dominican Republic game.
Oh
He
yeah.
rung up Geraldo Perdomo on a pitch just above his ankles and denied all of us, Tommy, a chance to see Fernando Tatis bat against Mason Miller with the tying run on third, the winning one probably on second, and everything on the line.
Yeah. That was truly a an awful call.
Yeah.
It was not close.
No, no. And this is why we can't have nice things. Um, let's see. Oh, only two more to go, Tommy. Almost
All
there.
right.
The You Need to Calm Down award goes
Mhm.
to nobody. The energy, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like just just amazing
Yeah.
energy from the players. No one should calm down about this tournament.
No, it was just spectacular. The energy was from start to finish was amazing. And lastly, this one's a little cold, Tommy. I'm gonna warn you, but the Fate of
Okay.
Ophelia award goes to Team USA.
Yep. Yep. There you go.
I
I
mean,
can't argue with that one.
yeah. And on that note, we're almost done. It's time
Yeah.
for Stump Tommy. Tommy, name all four teams that finished third in pool play. You have 30 seconds.
Oh, geez. That finished third. Okay,
Yeah, you gotta
Mexico.
you don't get multiple guesses. Mexico is one.
Um, Panama.
No, that's it. You got it wrong. All right. Some Tommy is over. Still
What
tough.
were the
Back
answers?
again next week. I pulled it up on my one of my tabs here. Let's see. It says, oh, Cuba, Mexico, Australia, and Israel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
not
wasn't getting that.
not quite. That's not a terrible guess.
Yeah,
Um, oh, we're on the clock here. We're on the pitch clock here. Five
we
minutes
are.
and 17. And my computer is at 7%. So we gotta hurry up. I think we're almost done though.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I have really have any final thoughts. I think we kind of hit on all the big points here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
we just have yeah, WBC great tournament next week. Next week we'll be talking about opening day. It's coming up
wow. The
so
greatest
soon.
holiday.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Amazing.
um, a lot to still a lot to get to next week, even though no baseball besides spring training between now and then.
Right.
But
Yeah, spring training doesn't quite stand up to the World Baseball Classic.
yeah,
Um,
I guess the last thing we have to do is name a player.
oh, I have one more. Sorry, one more bit, Tommy. I meant to say.
Oh,
If just I don't know what this says, but something I thought about I wanted to point out. If the USA was lost the coin flip to be the home team, they literally might have won the game if it played out the same way. And the reason why is Daniel Palencia was only allowed to come into the game in a save situation. Mason Miller was only allowed to come into the game in a save situation. So think about what that means.
right.
Mason Miller couldn't pitch because it
Ninth
was
inning
tied
only.
in the top of the ninth, but the closer is supposed to pitch then, and it would have
Hmm.
been the other way around, which is all totally ridiculous. But I just, I don't know. I think that the thinking about that is kind of bizarre.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, especially we had the foolish one, Mark DeRosa saying after the game that if it was a lead, Mason Miller would have pitched, but he was not going to put him in a tie game. So yeah, that's very interesting.
But when they weren't going to have the lead again, it's the
Yeah,
ninth
right.
inning of the tie game. So it's
Yeah.
like, I just, I mean, I don't know. It's a negotiation. Whatever it is, it's ridiculous. I don't know but I don't know. It is what it is.
It is what it
Um,
is.
good for Venezuela. Too bad for Garrett Whitlock. Anyway, just I don't know, so many bizarre things, and that's how we love baseball. That's how we love the World Baseball Classic. Tell me, which one of my awards was your favorite?
Uh, I'm gonna go with I don't know. I liked the "You Need to Calm Down" award. Um, that's I'm gonna go with "You Need to Calm Down."
Okay, I
Going
appreciate
to
that.
no one.
I appreciate that.
Did you have
All
a
right,
personal
well,
favorite?
um, I think I like the Fate of Ophelia award, even though it's a
Yeah.
little bit dark.
Yeah. Great job though on all of
Thank you.
them.
And like I said, we might go back to that bit at a
Yeah.
later date. I'm just putting that out there. All right, Dickie Lovelady.
My favorite Venezuelan player of all time, Wilson Ramos.
Oh, former Met.
Yeah, there you go.
Shoot.
For Mets and Nats
I
legend.
should have gone with this Venezuelan. Can I try again? I don't think
Uh,
and then the rules, but Jose
no.
Butto,
Okay, Jose
the scoreless
Buto.
inning yesterday, and a
Yeah.
former Mets fantastic spot starter for the Mets like 2 years ago.
All right, then I get another.
Oh,
I'm gonna go Gerardo Parra, who's first base coach last night for Venezuela. So
oh, that
there we
was
go.
another. Oh, we have some this. We literally are running out of time. That was another bit though. Is Johan Santana and Miguel Cabrera on the Venezuelan
Yeah,
pitching staff? How cool is that?
awesome. Awesome.
All right. Well, the powers that be are going to kick us off this in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I hope you that everybody enjoyed the show, enjoyed the World Baseball Classic. We'll be back next week with episode 7. Talk about opening day, Tommy. Very exciting.
Very exciting. We'll see you then.
Thank you. See you next time.